Lucky Boys Podcast.
I didn't know what to do with my life because it's just like, all right, I guess I'll get a job somehow. And I figure, okay, I'll study something that can help me get a job. That's literally like, I'm just going to study business. And then when I started studying business, I got into accounting. And then that's how I actually started in the finance field. And I was like, okay, like this is what my parents wanted. I guess this is the American dream. This is it. Like that's the kind of small bubble I think a lot of Asians are stuck in. You go to school, you get a job in finance, law, or medical. And but like I've always felt like there's something more. Like I can do more. Just if we can imagine it somehow. And I just remember like at a certain point, like reading through like GQ magazine, that like I just never saw an Asian guy in this. Like, what's up with that? Like it's just kind of weird. Like at a certain point, you're like, well, this is not for me because I don't see an Asian guy in this. And then I remember also like I was shopping at J. Crew a lot because J. Crew used to have Asian models in there, and they were like the only brand that always used Asian models. So that's when I was like, okay, look at this guy rocking this tuxedo. Look at this guy rocking this suit. I can dress like that. I can dress this well at work. And it was the whole thing like dress for the job you want. So I've always kind of dressed a little bit better than most people at work. Just to show, I'm serious about the job, or like that's how I want to be respected. That's how I want to be treated.
Did people perceive you differently or react to you differently once you started dressing differently?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, like I think one, I'm already one of the few Asian guys at work, but then two is like, oh, that's the best dressed guy at work, which I'm like, hey, I'll take that over other things. And like I think one of my favorite like story is that we were at this like work conference once, and people actually mistaken me for my manager because I was more well dressed. They assume I was my manager. A lot of these work conferences, they don't meet face to face a lot. It's just like emails. So they saw an Asian name, they saw me in a suit, they just assume I was my manager. And I was just like, this is exactly like first impression, dress for the job you want. So I've always had a passion in fashion, just dressing better. And then my hobbies were in like traveling and photography. But again, with the Asian culture, just like go make money and I don't know, buy a house, right? And like that was kind of like I was kind of stuck with that, and I was getting bored with that. And that was when Instagram and blogs were like blowing up. So this was like 6-7 years ago. And it was actually my girlfriend who was on Instagram first. She was like, you should do this. Like you make me take photos of your outfit. You dress well for work. We travel, we take photos, but like, look at these girls killing it. And I remember looking down like, I mean, at the time, there was only like a handful of guys doing this. Like I can count like 10 guys in the whole country doing this. And even then I'm like, I don't know.
Damn, you were early.
Can I break into this? Like, I don't know. Like they're already kind of established. But I was like, wait, like I would be like the only Asian guy doing this though. And I was like, okay, like maybe there's something there. And then maybe the way I represent myself on Instagram, on blog, social media is that I'll be the Asian guy in the suit. Whereas like other fashion guys would be either a suit or it could be like different kinds of like more chill style. But I'm like, I want to represent the Asian community in this way. Like I want to wear a suit and kill it on social media. Because I also remember like when I'm on Pinterest and GQ, there was no Asian guys. And so I even thought, okay, like, I might not be changing my career, but if someday an Asian guy is looking up photos of fashion or a suit and they see me, that's one more Asian guy than before. And they can imagine themselves dressed in a better way. They can imagine themselves traveling the world. They can imagine themselves doing this and that and that. And I just thought that would be the purpose. So my passion was fashion and my purpose was a positive Asian representation.
To inspire others that this is what I can do. I can do this too.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's just like breaking that cycle, breaking that chain of like, this is not for me. They taught me this and that. We can't do this and that. I have to stay in
finance, accounting, like this little bubble that was created. And that's dope that you're able to spread that message and go, you know what, playing small is not for me. And I know there's several others out there just like me. And I need to represent the change. I need to change first and let other people see that it's possible.
And it was like kind of the saying of like be the change you want to see in the world.
Yeah, right.
And it's so true, because that's what I had to do. Like, I had to, I can't just wish to see
Right.
more Asian guys in GQ or in the media on TV. You gotta do what you can with what you can. And at the time, it was just a blog or social media, and literally on the weekends, hustling, shooting content, working at a cafe, and like sacrificing that free time that otherwise would have just been, hanging out with friends. But it's like, there's something here. There's an opportunity here. But back then, we didn't know what Instagram, what influencers was going to be like.
Right.
But that was always what I believed in. It was like, from the beginning, I wasn't there for the money. Money's great, but it's like I wasn't there for the money, because I was there to represent a very underserved community. Like, we just didn't see Asians at all in these spaces.
Yeah, I could totally tell you. Like, it was rare. When I did see an Asian, I was just like, oh shit. Oh shit, an Asian guy. And I would kind of like, why did they pick him? I'm just trying to figure it out. Like, nothing shade. I'm not throwing shade. I'm just wondering, like, did they pick him because they wanted like a token Asian guy, or why did they pick this look? I was just trying to get behind the psychology of it. And seeing now that everything is moving more towards like independent media, right? It's people, for example, like news channels, their ratings are down. Night talk shows are down. But meanwhile, YouTubes have become the new celebrities.
Yeah.
Podcasts up, right?
Yeah.
YouTubers making shorts up. More people watch those than some actual full-length films, which is crazy, the ways the world changing. You said something to the tune of becoming an influencer, right? And it began with believing in yourself and your girlfriend kind of pushing you to be more active on social media. Now, when did you start seeing that change? Like, oh shit, I got something here. Like, yo, I'm Asian and people are paying attention.
Yeah, I think in the beginning, and I think a big part of the success, it's just being prepared for the opportunities. So being near a city, just like, this is the fashion capital, networking, all the events going on all the time. And so being here, being able to network, I worked in finance, so I'm literally changing my outfit after work to go network. I went to a bunch of events and I networked with people in fashion.
So you go from a suit to casual wear?
Yeah, I would change something. I'll change my jacket to like a leather jacket. I'll change my dress shoes to like sneakers or boots or something. But I'll change my outfit a little bit, and I'll go to these events. I'll network, and for them already, it's like, oh, this is a fresh face. This is an Asian guy, and he comes from a finance background. He's not even from FIT. He didn't study fashion. Like, he genuinely just loves it as a customer first. And so right away, I think like from networking, and one of the big ones I always remember that really like pushed me in the beginning was I was networking at a GQ event, and I remember meeting the lady that was in charge of like influencer marketing, and she was just like, what the heck, like, you came from your finance job and you came to this, like, and she just loved my whole story as an immigrant, and also my love for fashion, and again, just a fresh face. And within a year, I got featured in GQ magazine. I was featured on the website, and then I got featured in the magazine. And that one, I was just like, wow. Because I was still working at the time, and I'm in the magazine. I was just like, wow, like the opportunities that's possible with social media, because they're definitely way more open about diversity and like, new faces and telling new stories, authentic stories that someone like me, that I didn't even think I can get in the door, that I thought it was too many influences already, that I was able to have such a big opportunity right from the beginning. And I think part of that is also, as an Asian guy, I thought part of it was a weakness, because how many Asians are in marketing campaigns, right? Like, would I be the token Asian guy? But on the other hand, you can turn your weakness into a strength, because you say, you don't got another Asian guy like me. I'm here. I want to occupy this room. I might be the only Asian guy in this room, but I'm representing for my community, and I want to change your perception of that, whatever that you had.
I like that energy.
Right?
That's a better energy.
Like I don't know what your perception of Asians was before this. You might think Asians from TV and movies and all these terrible examples all these years. But when I'm in this room and you get to face me face to face, it's going to be a little different. Like you might see it as a different way. You might see me more confident than the Asians you see. And I hope to change that. And I think that's even more representation than people realize. They see my content online, on social media. They're okay, it's great. This guy looks good in a suit, or he's traveling the world, whatever. But a lot of the representation too is in person, because I'm very thankful that I've been in rooms where like I'm the only Asian guy. Like I've been in special events or special dinners with CEOs and marketing executives, and I'm the only Asian guy. And I'm thinking, I need to make sure I'm at my best. Like I want to show my best. I want to dress for this occasion too, just because like that can change their perspective, and if they can feel like we can relate on something, we can work on other things, and that opens door to even more. And I think by me being there, that can open doors to other Asians in the future as well.